What is up, everybody? It is Gavin Traber, and guess what today is? Today is 20.4. It was released, and we're just about to get on that grind today. It's gonna be a good day. We're having Halloween night. I know it's November. I'm sorry. It's not actually Halloween, but our gym does fight night thing today, and we're all gonna dress up and have fun with it. So today's workout is 20.4. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it's right there, 20.4. And this is a long one. This is for time. It's got a time cap of 20 minutes, which I'm hoping we get through it, but we might have to cap it off early because these weights get heavy. And so we start out really light and really easy. There's 3 different movements in this whole workout. There's box jumps, which we're gonna go over here in a minute. There's clean and jerks, which is with a barbell, which we'll go over here in a second. And there's also single leg squats, otherwise known as pistols. And pistols are brutal. But in this workout, it is for time, 20-minute time cap. We start out with 30 box jumps at 24 inches. This is for the men's RX division. And then we go to 15 clean and jerks with 95 pounds. That's for the first part. Then we go to 30 more box jumps at 24 inches and 15 clean and jerks at 135 pounds. Then we go 30 box jumps and 10 clean and jerks at 185 pounds. Then we have 30 single leg squats. 30 pistols is a lot. Then we got 10 clean and jerks at 225 right after that. Then we got 30 more single leg squats. Then we got 5 clean and jerks at 275. Then we have 30 more single leg squats, because if that isn't enough, we're at 90 pistols now. And then we have 5 clean and jerks at 315. It's gonna be a rough one because I'm in that 18 to 34 bracket now, so heavyweight, lots of movements. But we're gonna have a good time with it. We're gonna do a couple of tips before we get in there, and then I'm gonna give you guys some tips after the workout on how I can improve and what I did and what I didn't do per se and what I can do better. So let's get on the road. I'll be right there. And now we're on the road. So for the first movement, we have box jumps, and we have about 90 box jumps total in the workout, depending on how far you get through it. Now for these 90 box jumps, these need to be quick. These need to be rapid fire. And what I mean by rapid fire is when we get on that top of the box, we jump, stand all the way up with our hips, back off, and you can either do this one of 2 ways when you get off the box. You can either A, jump down, bend your knees when you come down, and bounce right back up onto the box. So that's what I call a spring. You're like spring loaded, you come down, boing, back up. That is probably the quickest way to do the boxes. Now, if you need to slow it down a little bit to make sure you're catching your breath, you can do a step off, and you can take 1 foot after the other, back up, 1 foot after the other, and back up. That'll probably be the alternate way. But if you want to go fast and you want to stay efficient with it, I recommend that you stay with the spring style box jumps. With the clean and jerks, these clean and jerks are going to start from the mid shin. We pull that barbell up from our mid shin to our hips. We full extend, popping our hips forward, and we're catching that barbell in front rack with high elbows. Once you get it to high rack, all you got to do is dip, drive, dip, put it overhead. My ceiling, obviously I can't put my arm all the way fully extended, but we'll drive overhead, go into full lockout. After you got that all in full lockout, you gotta stand that barbell up, and then you're all good. And that's 1. Now you got a bunch more to do. Now, the very last movement that we have is single-legged squats or pistol. The goal is to stay flat-footed, keep your balance together, don't let your other foot touch, go down, go up. That's all it is. It's a squat on 1 leg, single-legged squat. So we do that, we drive down, we pop back up. That's 1, drive down, pop back up. Now if they're alternating, it's good to kind of keep in a rhythm of going right side, left side, right side, left side. Get that rhythm going. As long as you keep that rhythm, you shouldn't have any problem doing these single-legged squats. And there's a bunch of them too, but we'll get through those. So stay with those, stay consistent, and don't let yourself take too long of a break. Your break should be no more than 10 seconds if you do take a break, because you need to catch your breath. That's okay. And if you can't catch your breath within 10 seconds, that's a problem. You need to get back on whatever movement you're doing. You need to stay moving and not backing off. The more you back off, the more your body cools down, the harder it is to get back into a movement. So make sure you don't take too long of a break. Anyhow, so we are almost at CrossFit. I will see you guys right at the front of the gym, and we're gonna have a good time. I'll see you guys there. But hint for the costume, I wear red shorts. Any guesses? I don't know. Let me see in the comments below. and we'll have a good time. And we're here. Last final hint before I go inside, because I'll see you guys in there. Sunscreen. This sunscreen goes, any guesses? Maybe? On the nose. I think you guys know what it is. I'll see you guys inside. Have a good one, and we're gonna have a good workout. I'll be back. What's going on, guys? We're back. We're done. 20.4. It's over. We're done with it. 162 reps. We got into the 225. We got 2 reps out of it. It was a rough time, but we managed to get through it. This workout, I kind of expected it to go how I did. I knew a lot of that workout was gonna suck, but all in all, it turned out pretty good. I'm gonna go off on my tricks really quick to how to manage to get through that, because it was rough. Some tricks to get through that workout was to make sure that you keep the box jumps rapid fire. That's what kept me going through the box jumps. The next part was the clean and jerks. I stuck with some sets in the beginning, but I ended up doing singles afterwards. I got to 225 and I got 2 of them. That last rep was so horrible. It just hurt so bad, but it was worth it. In order to stay with that though, you need to make sure, I wore a belt. You don't have to, but in order to save your back, I would recommend wearing a belt. And B, always catch it up in high rack. I busted my, like you can see, my collarbone is red. Like all of it from here over. Red on the shoulders, red on the collarbones, all the way over to this side even. Like it's all red. And it's like, it's so defined. But it's so rough to get through that. Like it was just, I kept bouncing and bouncing through those reps and it just kept hurting my chest. And I just touched it and it hurt. But the way to stay through that, you just got to keep consistent and keep going with it. The pistols, I mean, pistols are pistols. I didn't do what a lot of people recommended, and that was to grab the opposite foot when you went for your pistol. So like if you're reaching out, you use your right hand to grab your left foot, and that'll go opposite, and that'll keep your legs straight, and you also keep better balance. I didn't do that. It probably would have helped me in the long run, but I managed to do pretty well. I got through it and to the 225. And that was basically my end goal, was to get to the 225 or get through them. But it was rough just trying to even get to them. So I mean, we had a good time with it. It was a good run. So all in all, make sure that you keep those box jumps going. Make sure your clean and jerks are high and your head is through that window. When you put your both arms up, make sure your head is through and underneath that barbell. That's how you get your reps. That's the easiest way to do it. Make sure you bounce off of high hips, catch that bar in front rack, and drive it over. Try to do that in one cycle, because if you slow down and you do that, it takes more time and it's just a lot harder on your body. But you can get through it. Now, we did pretty good. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna sleep, I'm gonna feel better tomorrow. But guess what? In a week's time, we got 20.5. It's the last one, 20.5. Last workout of the 2020 season. We're gonna have a good one, we're gonna have a great time. We dressed up as, you guys probably guessed it, the lifeguard. I had my sunscreen on. It didn't help me because I'm all red, but I got my lifeguard shirt on, I got my swim shorts on, I had all my lifeguard attire on, I even had a towel and everything, because that was what I was for Halloween, I guess. But all in all, it turned out pretty good, so I'm gonna wrap it up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.